Who pays the tariffs?
The Chinese government pays a tariff.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I want to say, I'm an importer and an exporter
Yeah.
for 20 years.
Okay.
When a product comes into the US, there's something called a tariff sheet.
Okay.
I, as the buyer of that product, follow US law and pay the tariff. I'm an American citizen, I'm an American taxpayer. I pay that tariff to the US government, and that increase in the cost I then sell to you for a higher price because I've got to cover that tariff.
Then what about?
There is
then
no
what do you say? Our tariffs are higher when they go overseas as opposed to theirs
Okay.
coming here.
Tariffs are never a zero-sum game. Tariffs are a tool. For example,
Okay.
you might say, you want to sell us your beans.
Yeah.
We are going to give you a low tariff if you buy our corn. But the cost of the tariff is ultimately always borne by the consumer.
Don't you think at the end of the day there may be more competition within the market of the U.S. government?
You're confusing the question. This is not a question of competition. The point we're discussing is who bears the cost of the tariff.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you if it's good policy for the US government to tax beans and for the Chinese government to tariff corn. But what I can absolutely assure you is that a product that comes into the US is paid for by a US company, and the increased cost of that is borne by all of us. I am an
don't know.
importer and exporter.
It's
I do
like-
it for a living.
Okay. Then what's the alternative if at one point in our country's history was tariffs that paid for our economy?
Tariffs don't pay for your economy.
But they did. We didn't have income tax.
That was before we